You want to make a comment?
What's happening? It's my second live stream of today. I wasn't 100% convinced that I was going to do a live stream from the house today. I wanted to watch some Dodger baseball, which I did. And I got to admit, it was a little bit boring. It was fun to watch. I thought they were going to do the ring ceremonies and stuff today. But I like to watch somebody. I'm a baseball fan. I also work, 100 or so baseball games a year, probably more than that. I don't know. I kind of like to watch to see how things go when I'm not there and to see if there's any mess ups. But anyways, I also wanted to see the flyover, which is always fun to watch in person. So, because I like going to air shows and stuff, which I haven't been in, maybe 2 or 3 years. I think the last one I went to was Point Magoo air show there. We had the Thunderbirds, the F-16 Thunderbirds for the Air Force, and the F-18 Super Hornets for the Navy/Marine Corps pilots. And I keep fiddling with stuff. Sorry. And I don't know. You guys see my eyes are a little bit bloodshot. It's not because I'm tired. I'm not tired. I actually am tired, but I'm not that tired. When I was doing the POTA today, first off, I have really bad allergies, and luckily it's not coming out of my nose too much. It was earlier. The ragweed, basically, which is growing here, is now getting dried out, is starting to affect me. And right where I was there at the POTA area where I do the live stream from, is pretty dried out. No sauna. I did have breakfast. I did not work out. I got home just a little bit past midnight last night. I was a little disappointed in myself, and you know what? I'm kind of glad I didn't, because every morning it seems, I work in a very loud environment, and I don't like being in loud environments. And when I'm not at work, I don't want to be in a loud environment. And the last couple mornings, my area has been very loud. They worked on my street earlier this week. I know this has nothing to do with ham radio, but they worked on my street, fixed the water leak for my neighbor, which I get it, whatever. But they started at like 7 a.m. The day before that, they had my neighbors behind me. They do their yard work, or they have their gardeners come at 7:30 in the morning, which is fine, but I don't get to bed till 1, 2 o'clock some nights. I was wired last night when I got home. I just didn't fall asleep till 2. My plan was to get up at 8. I just didn't feel like it. I'm glad, and the reason why I'm saying the noise is, by the time I was going to work out, which I decided not to before that, my neighbors had some folks over, gardeners, I guess, trimming some trees and cutting down some trees, and it was very, very loud. And I normally like to work out. I have a little workout, my loft area workout in. I open up the windows, get some fresh air going, play some good music. Get some good quiet stretching, but I would not have accomplished that today with all that noise. So anyways, something else I want to bring up. During the other night, Tuesday, I believe, when I was doing the live stream, I noticed it in the chat too. I don't know if I think I mentioned it. And I think I got an email from somebody. I got a couple emails I still have to return. They said it was inappropriate for me to say underwear and panties on the air on ham radio. As long as it's not one of the 7 deadly whatever words there. I wasn't referring to like anything in a sexual nature with that. It was just an acronym for somebody's call sign, which I think is kind of funny and catchy. So if you're offended by it, I'm sorry, be offended. My apologies. I don't think it's that big of a deal. And whatever. I can't really. I don't know. It's just very strange that people. Oh, somebody's texting me there. It's just very, I don't know. It's weird that people get offended over weird stuff. And I grew up in the 90s. My primary grow up time was in the 90s and in the 80s. And I have always been a lot thicker skinned with stuff. I don't know. I think my generation personally were thicker skinned. You know, we didn't have both our parents around a lot of the times. I got picked on in school a little bit when I was younger, and be offended. I didn't really. It didn't bug me. I mean, it did, but it didn't. And in fact, I hope my old neighbor isn't watching. He knows about the channel, I think. I had an old neighbor. I'm not going to say his name. He used to always make fun of me. Called me all kinds of weird stuff, names, whatever, right? And I just, even when I was a kid, I was just like, whatever, you know, whatever. And I guess he said something to my parents that he felt really bad about it. I appreciate that he noticed it now. Don't get me wrong. I always, and I've said this before, people always say, well, what regret would you take back and change if you had a chance? I don't think I would change anything, because I've always learned something from something that I either did wrong or things just didn't work out the way they're supposed to. So that's just the way it is. Right? So I take that as maybe he probably thickened me up a little bit so things don't bug me as much as I get older. That's the kind of the way I look at it. But anyways, that's why I don't really get offended on stuff if someone says something, or what does it matter if it's not really, I mean, that's an opinion as far as I'm concerned. I know I'm spending a lot of time on it, but a lot of people have opinions. Just because you have an opinion on it doesn't mean you're correct. And probably most of the people don't agree with it. Even if most people agree with it, doesn't mean that it's correct too. It's just your opinion, and it could be whatever you want it to be. But in my words, I don't care. So you could have been at a POTA site. Does this work? Okay, good. That works. I haven't done one yet, so I wanted to see if it works. I said I was going to try to do a POTA. I did do a POTA. I did it around the time I wanted to do it. Sorry if you're offended. Be offended, Joe. Not that you've had a bunch of contacts with me in the past, but 17 was working excellent. 15 was junk. The couple people I did make contacts with were actually coming in pretty decent. So I don't know if it's necessarily not many people on where the propagation was present, or the band was just shitty as a whole. 20 had some noise on it, did make some contacts. And I got to admit, once I got around 40 or so contacts, I wasn't really planning on being there all that long. I started getting a little bit of a headache, and I was just kind of over it. Mainly, like I said earlier, go back to what I said about the ragweed there. And my eyes are still a little sore from all the stuff blowing in on my car, because I had to have my windows open to get the antenna out there. But made a bunch of contacts. Let me see if I can bring up, I think it was 52 or 53. Is get signed in here. I want to type in the P there without anybody seeing. I almost hit the wrong button. And we got to work on my ham clock. I was going to do it today, but you know what? I don't feel like it. So let's go to my activations. So I had 52 contacts. That's not that bad. I'm pretty happy with it. And I think I got a couple wrong call signs, but whatever. Yeah, it was 100 earlier. It was, I think we peaked out at 101 today. They say we're supposed to get rain tomorrow, next week, but I'll believe it when I see it. When we have a long period of dryness, generally a lot of the rain doesn't really hit the ground because the atmosphere is so dry. We've been in the 25 percentile for at least in my area for humidity, and generally it takes like a week or so for the atmosphere to. I don't want to get all too technical, but it takes a little bit for the atmosphere to get a little wetted up. So if the rain does come, it will be very, very light. If anything, probably won't even hit the ground, but whatever. It looks like I got 2 contacts there. I put them in twice. Oh, you know what? Because he had a different park. So I don't know if that counts as a separate. Oh yeah, it's different parks. Why didn't his park go through? Man, he's got a shit ton of QSOs there in the park. 100,000? 2,700 unique parks? Wow. Thank you for converting that from Celsius there. So that's just above freezing there. So rough math, what is that? 3 degrees? 3 Celsius? So I'm pretty happy with that. I am on FT8 on 17 meters once it gets dark here in a few. And I just got, by the way, WM7C. I almost said W7MC. WM7C. See, that was pretty good. On 17 meters for the very first time. A lot of JA calls right now, which I don't mind them, but they get a little aggressive. Once I hit, watch this. Once I hit a CQ, I'll get like 5 of them coming back. Although I don't see that many on right now. I do see Africa on. Not bad. I got Chad. You know what? I'm going to try to get Chad, even though this guy, I think they charge for not activation, for confirmation. Oh, somebody got Chad and Cameroon. Cameroon? I think I said that right. You guys know how I suck. He got all the different DXCC in there. That was W7MC there. I got like 7 different DXCCs in there. By the way, anybody watching in Europe or anybody outside of basically the United States, I'm going to say it again. Our country should be on the metric system. It makes sense. I like it. Oh, crap. I just moved my TX right when he started calling me. Crap. CQ Iran. They might not have power, though. Minus 15 into Chad. That Chad is in Africa, right? You guys know how bad my geography is. That looks like Africa. Yep. Right in the northern part there, almost just below Libya. Yep. I think most of the people in the United States would agree with me. Unless they have to convert. Man, I got to move my TX back to where I was. Maybe he was tracking it. Yeah, I just don't understand. I know it's going to cost money if we do change, but whatever. I think eventually we're going to have to do something about it. I think it's just stupid. All right, I think I'm going to go to 20 meters. I got Chad. I got Africa in there. That's my second contact with him. I got him on 20 meters as well. It is. It is, Adam. I think you would agree, yeah. I think I agree, I should say. Just makes sense. Zero's freezing. How much more common sense do you need for that? 100's fast. 100 kilometers is semi-fast. I guess the same dude's in 2 different countries. Maybe he's on the border. I mean, you can be in 4 states at once, right? I think WM7C said he saw Chad and Cameroon with the same call signs. Hello from Russia, R3IBZ. Good, will probably be morning to you. Nice to see you in there. It's 7:10 p.m. here in Southern California. Enjoy the metric system over there. One of these days, I'll be able to visit your country legally. I would love to go there. I always wanted to go. I'll be on voice here in a little bit. Once the sun goes down, I still have a few more minutes. So he has 2 different flags here. I don't know what those flags mean. And I would probably not scan this code right here. Oh, I see. I wouldn't scan that code. There you go. Why logbook of the world confirmations required donation? My amateur radio activity in Cameroon is directly connected with my daily work from, I don't know. I'm not going to even go there. I'm not a fan of donations to get log confirmations. Just not a fan of that, boys and girls. I mean, I get it, but come on. All right, this guy's not calling me back. What's up, Mike? Nice to see you in there. Oh, I got Josh in there. Yesterday I was on the mainland on Autobahn. Was fun. Oh, I bet. Well, here's how I feel about it. All right, this is a hobby. I get it. But you want me to fund your hobby. I don't like funding my own hobby. Why would I fund somebody else's hobby? Right? I mean, if you want to go to one of those places, it should be on your own dime. If you want to take donations, that's fine, but don't make it so, oh, I'm not going to make a confirmation with you. The whole reason why you're out there is to make contacts, right? Or is it to really make money? That's way above me, Scott. Scott number 2 here. Josh, what happened to you? I don't see you anymore. Wait a minute. There you are. You're -8. I will not give you a donation. But if I ever see you in person, I'll take you out to lunch. I tried to take out Mike K04PDI. He bought my dinner for me with the Hooters. And like I said, I really like Hooter wings, and I might have them on Sunday. I'm going to order them in. I'm not driving anywhere on Sunday. Sunday, I'm just staying home, I think. No, I got to go to the grocery store. Josh, what happened to you, pal? Cat ate your antenna? What? And Joe, you're not that. What are you? An hour and a half from Oklahoma border? You're in south part of Dallas, right? If I'm correct, memory serves. Thanks for being here. By the way, I saw before I got on, I saw Ham Shack TV with like 450 viewers at once. Wow. That's pretty impressive. That's HRCC numbers. 2.0 numbers. Very impressive. So Josh, good job. He was going against Ham Radios and Coffee at the same time, I think. I think it was Ham Radios and Coffee. $73? That's not a bad idea. That doesn't cost anything. Josh, I'll get you in a second here. I don't have this guy yet from Fairbanks, Alaska. Is that the Spanish state? Pardon me, the Spanish language station? I got to find another transmit spot. All right, Josh. I'm going to start from the beginning. Let's resync up. Yeah, I'm just not down with that. I know Hamstick's like, well, you're helping them pay for their expedition. Well, no one's telling you to go and do it. It's your idea. I don't know. But what do I know, right? I got this guy in FT4. I don't think I have this guy. Nope. Come and get me, Josh. Cats. I would like to, I'm a little pissed off at myself, but there's people in Florida that could activate K6FUU in Florida. I just didn't feel comfortable doing it because I was on another club's situation, the Toads Club there in Florida. In fact, I didn't even use their call sign, which I should have. I'm just an idiot. Oh. Please don't say ATM machine. It's like automatic teller machine. And anybody new in the chat, tell us how you found us. I'd love to see you in here. Josh, you must have disappeared. Your cat ate your antenna there. And I had another Josh just text me, not related to ham radio. You're gone. Josh, I'm disengaging. See if I can find somebody new in here. It's getting harder and harder to get new counties and stuff. I think I have this guy before. No. By the way, I just had a chocolate Easter bunny. And I thought it was like hollow. Oh, Josh. And it wasn't. Hello there, KE4GBA. Welcome aboard. How did you find us? Nice to see you in here. Welcome to the Greg K6EGG live stream. I'll be doing some voice contacts here Sun's still out a little bit. Once the sun goes down, because I got a lot of noise. Although it doesn't look like a lot of noise today. Josh, you're like in and out, dude. What's going on, dude? Nice to see you in there. Well, it didn't go through, so every time. All right, I'm going to break off and go to voice. Everybody likes voice, right? China on 17 meters. I did not log it because I didn't get a 73 from you. You kept dipping in and out. I think the band's kind of funky for us being so close right now. Oh, man, this thing sucks. Nice to see you in there. Hope you're enjoying the sound through the SSL BiG SiX. Band's not looking all that good. See, that's that same sound I had the other day, and we thought that was a jammer. Portland, Oregon. Where's Ted at? Hope it sounds good. What's up there, King Henry 6?
Roger that, Joe. K6EGG. See, have fun up there, and that's 73 from K9KDA. Cheers.
You're welcome. The Sono bus is available if you're off work, but I don't know if you're off work today.
That's Kilo 7, Uniform Sierra Golf. That got you about a 5-5 to 1-8.
I have voices. Of course, all these people are popping up when I leave FT8.
Kilo 9, Oscar Bravo. Kilo 9, Oscar Bravo. Roger, Roger. I got you 5-6, 5-6. Michigan, Mike.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. Is the frequency in use? This is Kilo 6 Echo Germany, Germany. Is the frequency in use? This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. I had an Oscar Bravo. Try again. You were right in there with my S3 or 4 of noise. I just got a Kilo, and I heard a Bravo way back there in the distance. Oh, I hit the mute, that's why. I don't have a good enough copy on you. Wait and see if the band comes back. We'll give it a shot, another try there in a few minutes. We'll give it a shot and then another try, I should say, in a few minutes. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. Yeah, I hit the mute. I hit the mute when I burped earlier. That's my bad. Long as it wasn't on a live broadcast. Sometimes I hit this button when I want to talk to Seth when I'm not on the live stream. Or when I'm on a live stream and I don't want anybody else to hear what we're talking about. We're normally talking crap about people in the chat. Well, not really. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. I hear somebody way in the background. I just not picking it up through my S4 of noise. Where you at? You Texas. Purely my bad, dude. All right, we'll have to try again in a few. I'm hoping somebody will make a contact with me because I have not made a contact on this UTC day. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California. It's that bad, huh? Very disappointed. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California, outside of Los Angeles. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Kilo Lima 7 Delta Yankee Sierra.
My fingers froze up. Kilo Lima 7 Delta, what was the rest?
Kilo Lima 7 Delta Yankee Sierra.
Kilo Lima 7 Delta Yankee Sierra 5959 in Southern California.
QSL, you're a 5-9 here into Washington State outside of Seattle.
Oh, I like your QRZ profile. I love airplanes.
Yep, I was just at work yesterday. It's pretty cool to get to play with the radios while I'm up at work.
Pretty cool. You get to play with a multi-million-dollar aircraft too. Do you ever fly in Ontario?
I have flown into Ontario. We usually come in from the north through Cajon Pass. It's one of my less favorite airports to fly into in SoCal. They always keep us really high and slam dunk us down to the runway there.
Yeah, because you guys normally come in over the mountains. I get it. I probably flown in and out of that airport thousands of times, so I totally feel you on that.
Yeah, QSL, can I get your the call and the name again?
Sure, it's Greg, Golf Romeo Echo Golf Golf, and the call letters are Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. And I'm not a pilot. I'm just I sit in the back and I like the front.
Oh, QSL. Well, next time you're flying on Alaska Airlines, come up and say hi, and maybe it'll be me.
Well, cool deal. I know a couple guys that I don't actually want to say their names because I'm live streaming as well that fly for your company. So lots of nice folks up there. And I would fly your airline more, but there's they don't really have availability where I'm going. Normally it's the East Coast out of Ontario, so you guys just mainly fly north from here.
Yeah, we're a big West Coast airline. We do some of the big routes to the big cities, but yep, I was actually over on in Hawaii on this last round. So I was on Maui, and then I was in San Diego for about a day and a half on a layover, and then kind of bounced up to Spokane and back to Seattle.
And I just forgot not that I fly them a lot, but I really like the airline, and it's part of yours now, is Hawaiian Airlines. Always had good customer service. I don't like the bag drop off there in Hawaii, there in Honolulu, but great food, always happy flight crew, and I know a pilot that flies for Hawaiian, or now it's Alaska. He's a 330 pilot based out of Honolulu there. He absolutely loves it.
Yeah, QSL. Well, we're always happy to have you when you're along, and yeah, I go up to work day after tomorrow, and I'll be going into southeast Alaska, which is some of our more challenging flying. That's more of my typical route. Anyways, you're my third contact on this new radio. I got a Yaesu FT8 DX10. Just curious how the audio sounds.
You're loud. If I had to complain about something, you're a tad bit muffled, but it might be a little bit of the band doing that because it's not really all there. But yeah, you're good, great signal. You're not fluttering at all. Everything sounds great there, Eric.
Yeah, QSL, Greg. Maybe I'll try holding the mic a little bit further away from the mouth here. I got to dig into the 300-page manual and maybe adjust some of the settings. Get it just the way I want it, QSL.
Copy that. If you're really interested to hear it for yourself, I'm actually streaming on YouTube. I have a link in my QRZ profile. You can roll it back there. And you came in, I don't know, at the 35-minute mark or so?
Oh, QSL. Well, that'll be perfect. Yeah, I can check that out. And that'll give me a little bit better idea how I'm sounding. I'm sure it's okay, though. This is quite the upgrade. I had an Icom 706, and this is the new radio. I finally decided to treat myself.
And I'm sorry, you said the radio. What kind of radio is it again?
That was a Icom 706 Mark IIG, one of those all-banders. So this radio is, I guess, about 25 years newer.
Hey, it does the job. It sounds great. At how many watts is that? 100 watts?
Yeah, this is just running barefoot 100 watts.
Sounds good. And you're in Washington right now, like northern Washington?
Yeah, about 15 miles southeast of Seattle proper, about halfway between Mount Rainier and downtown Seattle, near the foothills of the Cascades, just inside of Puget Sound.
Copy that. I used to fly up there a lot when the Seattle Supersonics used to play there in the 90s. And especially this time of year was an awesome time of year when it was clear. All the green stuff starting to bloom out. And you could see forever, mile-high sky, or whatever they call it, or dark sky, whatever they call it. And I heard the Supersonics might be coming back.
I did. I heard the same thing. I actually went to Climate Pledge Arena a couple weeks ago, and the last time I'd been to Climate Pledge Arena where the Supersonics used to play, of course, we went to a Kraken game, and yeah, it was kind of, looking back on it thinking, wow, I think the last time I was here was like 20 years ago.
When it was probably called Key Arena, if I'm correct, right? Is that the name of it?
Yeah, Roger. Yep, it was Key Arena, and then probably around the same time the Kingdom came down.
I worked in the Kingdom too. One of the last years, I worked the Angel Seattle Mariners playoff game in there, or play-on game, or whatever it was. I think I'm trying to think of the year. Maybe 97. They had to play a tiebreaker game. But Eric, I appreciate the contact. If you end up running across the YouTube page, jump in the chat and say hello.
I'll do that. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. I think you're the first person I've talked to that's been live streaming their conversations. So yeah. Well, 73s, appreciate the contact there, Greg, and I'll go check out your page.
That noise is getting awful close to me.
Copy that, man. 7-3, and maybe the other. There's a couple pilots that pop in here from a couple different airlines. Maybe you guys can conversate a little bit there. But I appreciate the contact, and 7-3 from Southern California.
73, Greg.
So look at that noise. It's like moving towards me. What's up, Keith? And Danny was one of those pilots. Was there a station with a 0 in there?
Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta.
I got a mud duck in there. Kilo Echo
0, Mike Alpha Delta. I'm going to give you a 55 tonight.
Yeah, you're about a 57. 57, not down too bad. Washington there, he was up and down from 5'9", down to 5'1", and just all over the place.
What is going on, Keith? I can't get over that call sign, man. I can't remember it.
All right, we'll copy that. Yeah, you're kind of up and down, too. I think the band is a little, I don't know, wobbly, I guess is the word. I had the same problem on 20, actually, I should say 15 at the, if you want to call it the park, where I was at in Chino doing the POTA. Wasn't all that good.
Yeah, you're dropping out now. But anyway, hey.
Yeah, I've been doing it since 1993.
Out there. Well, I hope that pisses somebody off. Anyway, catch you later. Kilo Echo 0, Mike Alpha Delta.
Copy that. I did make a contact with Matt, K7 UAP, K7 Underwear and Panties, earlier this afternoon on was it two different bands? No, I think it was just one band. And the other call sign he had there, his club call.
Yeah, you dropped right out there, Greg. 7-3, catch you later.
Copy that. 7-3. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, California.
Kilo 2 Golf, Mike.
Kilo 2 Golf, Mike.
Roger, Kilo 6 Echo Golf. How am I getting out down there? Just some antenna work up here.
Yeah, the band is kind of in and out. I'm going to give you a 5.5. I do have a S4 of noise, but you're sounding all right. What are you running for your radio there? Maybe 7610?
Yeah, how'd you know?
Lucky guess, I had a cue from QRZ.
Roger that. Yeah, I had, before today, I only had a 20-meter dipole up in the antenna. I just completed my 40-meter, but it's in front of it and down below a little bit. I just want to make sure it's not coupling or just want to make sure I'm not suffering any consequences.
Oh, you're definitely getting out. I can't say that the band's doing all that good. I am making some contacts up north of here, and a little bit east, like in Missouri, but nothing else. So the band is a little bit shaky, maybe a little bit hard to do a full check. But you're making it down the coast here into Southern California.
Very good. Well, I'm glad to hear it's still working. I still haven't made a contact on the 40 meter. Seems like a lot of rank queuing going on there, and I couldn't get in anywhere, but I still have to verify that that's actually working.
Well, I'll be going to 40 meters probably here in a few minutes. The sun now has set here in California. I don't know if it's set up there up north, but yeah, there's a lot of rag chewing, and some people get a little weird when I call CQ on 40, so I feel you on that.
Roger that. All right. Well, thanks for the contact.
Keith, you want to try 40 meters?
Cleaning up after a long day and hard work up there, and maybe after the sun's been down for a while, I'll try that 40 again. But good chat.
You still using the RE20?
First name here is Greg, Golf Romeo, Echo Golf Golf.
Roger that, Greg. Yeah, good talking to you. I can't see you on QRZ right now because we got the internet shut down. I got so much QRM on that 40. Got to change it all down.
Yeah, 40 is, I got S8, and it's nothing to do with anything in my house. It's something outside. I've changed antennas. I've had the power shut off at my house when they were working on my street, and I still had it. So there's something in the atmosphere or very close nearby a house that still had power, which I haven't figured out, but I feel you on that.
Roger that. I spent about 2 hours chasing it down. I got the router destroys me. I got two e-bike chargers that were destroying me. The hot water heater is in the process of heating. It's killing me. If the AC's running, it's killing me. There's just like so much stuff.
Yeah, I feel you on that, man. It's just the nature of the beast with HF. I drive like 2 miles from my house, and it's totally clean.
Oh, that's nice. I thought I could, on 20, I do super well if I just shut down all the power on that. Can't see it. All right, Greg, I can check your truck. 73, Kilo 2, Golf.
And there's that noise.
All right, 7-3 from Southern California.
Trying to figure out what that noise is. Yeah, it came over. All right, I'm going to 40. I ain't got no time for no noise.
Central Coast.
And I got to go to the bathroom real quick, so just bear with me. Jack. Give me a moment. I drink a lot of water today. We'll get after it there, Keith. Just like old times. Do I got visitors already? Oh, my thing got stuck. My chair got stuck in a hole. We got some Alpha hotels out there. Welcome aboard. I'm sure you guys don't want to see me urinate on TV, on YouTube.
Whiskey 6 Mike, Kentucky Sierra. Do you have a copy?
All right, Keith, let's give it a shot, dude. I don't even understand what the Patreon thing is. That a separate service, like video service? I try to avoid it because it's like it's all about money. I don't want to pay anybody, and I don't want to get paid for it. Oh, look at that!
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf.
Really? Hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why do they make weird sounding with their voice? They call, I think I heard them on the repeaters here. They call them squeakers or squeakies or something. Keith, are you still there? He might be walking to the ham shack.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 40 meters from Chino, California.
W6MKS.
You're 5'9", all the way over from where I was born in Long Beach.
You're like 10 over. How come you're like so much louder than I am to you?
You're almost plus 40 here, man. One of the strongest signals I've ever had, other than the guy that was in the parking lot by my house.
That's funny. I'm running about 750 watts.
Only 750 watts, not bad.
Yeah, so I had no idea you'd been in your line of work for over 30 years. Time to retire.
I started summer of 1993 when I was 17. And I still, like, completely retire. I still have at least 8.5 more years, but it's definitely, I could see it. I'm going to slow down maybe in about 5 or 6 years.
So right now, are you mainly starting since baseball season's kicking? Are you mainly doing baseball games, or what are you doing?
I'm still covering NBA for a couple more weeks in NHL. I have an NBA game tomorrow. I don't want to say where. And I think my first baseball game's on Easter.
Oh, Roger, that Dodgers are playing right now. They're playing Arizona. They were ahead when I was watching it with the volume down while I was listening to you. But, yeah. Do you ever do, this is a funny question, do you ever do WNBA games?
I have actually. I did last year. It was a few years since I've done it last year, but yeah, definitely do them.
I'm a total CC fan.
The Sparks? Is that who it is?
No, Caitlin Clark, Indy Fever.
Oh, yeah. She didn't really play towards the end of the season last year, did she?
She got hurt. She only played 13 games last season.
I've never run across her in person. That's one of the people I want to kind of see how things are with her, see if she's nice.
Yeah, she's a superstar, and she's just super famous. She's huge for the WNBA. She's grown the league, and they got a new contract, making 5 times more money than they were the year before, and stuff like that. Mainly thanks to her.
Yeah, man, that's good for them. Anything like that helps at least my business because they'll have to televise it. I have worked actually women's soccer too, and I actually kind of like the vibe in that.
Oh, I can see that. Hey, so yeah, I'd love to get to do another POTA thing sometime with you if you got some time.
I could tell you at this point, I'm going to connect with somebody from Missouri, K6EGG Dave. I'm spacing on his direct call sign. The 23rd of April, we're planning on connecting over at Chino Hills State Park, the same spot that we did before.
So I did Chino Hills about 3 or 4 weekends ago. It was a beautiful day. I like that place a lot. It was so green, because we've had so much rain earlier, and so the hills were just so green and everything. It was beautiful. It was just a nice day, too.
Yeah, and weekends are tough, man. I drove up there on a weekend. I don't know. I remember it was right after rain, like a day after it rained, and the people are getting tickets for going on the trails right after the rain. And it took me almost a half hour to go through the park to get to where the spot is at.
Yeah, I was lucky. I was able to get, I hang out, I think you'd say like you do where the horse corral is. And I was able to get a spot. And so it was kind of busy, but I was able to get a spot, so I was good.
Yeah, so that's the plan for now. I'm going to try to do a POTA once a month. I did my POTA quota for today, and it's that street I told you about right off the 71 in Euclid. I think you're familiar with that, right?
Yeah, I can't remember, Butterfield or something like that. I tried doing that once. I couldn't find this exact spot, so I didn't end up, I don't think I ended up doing it. It's looking like heck to find it.
Yeah, it's not really a park, obviously, but yeah, I just do it on the side of the road. I'm very successful with contacts there because it's away from all the noise. It's right by a shooting range. I like Chino Hills because of the lack of noise, but man, sometimes it's rough going all the way back in there. I need a couple of hours of the day to make sure I have enough time to activate, and I try to spend at least 2 or 3 hours there activating. And I want to get, my goal is 150 contacts next time there.
Wow, we're getting some foreign broadcast or something else. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, so Chino Hills State Park, the one thing that's a negative is they don't have good internet service.
I got plenty of internet service. I bring the satellite dish for SpaceX, and it's really good.
Yeah, I just don't happen to have that, but as long as you can get spotted, that's all that counts.
Well, you're welcome to use it if I'm up there with you. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try to go the 23rd of April. Don't know what time yet, and hoping Dave from Missouri can come by because he's going to be in town, I think, from the 20th to the 25th that week.
All right. well, if he's going to be doing it, I don't think I want to step on toes. Maybe I'll do it another time if you're going to do it monthly. But if he happens to bail on you, maybe I will try doing it. I think I'm in town. I'm going away for a week to St. George, Utah. But I think I'm back by that time.
Well, come out. I mean, more the merrier. I love to see people. I mean, I've seen your setup. I like the way your radio sounds up there. It's nice and quiet compared to my 891.
So are you hearing the foreign broadcast? It's gotten pretty strong. It's almost burying you.
I don't know if we're hearing a foreign broadcast there. Let's slide up. Follow me on YouTube there. I'll find a clear frequency for us. See, it keeps going away and coming back. So that's somebody playing.
So what antenna are you on right now? I know that you put up a different antenna or you did a different configuration.
My amateur radio call sign is, how's it going everybody? My name is Josh, amateur radio call sign KI6NAZ. Welcome to the technician.
I am using an InFed half-wave from Palomar Engineering. It's a 9-to-1 and it's 72 feet long. Inverted V configuration.
That is not
I'm using
an AM broadcast. That's somebody screwing around.
Center Fed. That's the one I've been using ever since I started getting back into HF.
It's better be lucky than good.
Pretty well for me.
Follow me where I'm going on YouTube.
Roger, got it. I have it on.
Copy. QSY. K6EGG. Anybody on this one? K6EGG, anybody using this one? Check. Hold on.
Someone should let Josh know he was being broadcast on 40 meters.
K6EGG.
W6MTS, seems like they followed you over here.
Yeah, all the way from the high desert.
Keep going. We get a lock on you every time you go like that.
Do you still bring your InFed half wave out and throw that up for your POTA?
It kind of depends on my situation, you know. If I have the opportunity, I'll throw a half wave, InFed half wave. Otherwise, I'll do a 17-foot whip, you know, and I'll do that kind of situation. So it just kind of depends on the situation and what I'm working with.
Do you find yourself getting noise on that?
At most places, no. Like at Boca Chica, no. At Chino Hills, no, because we're in spots where it's not too noisy.
I would like to do a comparison when we connect again with my whip, because last time I think we did a POTA, I was using my ATOS. And obviously, your setup was rocking compared to my ATOS there that was on my car.
Well, you know, the InFed is good for invis, and am I saying that word right? And of course, the vertical is better for a longer distance. So I don't know what we were doing that day, but what's really cool is having both on an A/B switch where you can go back and forth depending on what you're trying to do.
Let's give it a shot. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, because I like the ATOS. It's good for the car, but man, I can't keep that thing on my car because it's too heavy, and my little weak Tesla body it starts to bend in the wind with it.
Yeah, roger that. That's a heavy antenna. So I'm sure Don's been getting in touch with you since he's got a Tesla now, trying to figure out can he hook up the radio into his car.
Oh yeah, he can absolutely do it. I sent him the video of how I have my setup. The antenna that I have probably won't work for him because he was mentioning he wanted to be able to go drive it in the garage and not to take it off. He has a higher trunk lid, so I don't know if it will work for him because mine's a little bit lower. Because I have a sedan, I guess, compared to he has a hatchback.
Yeah, it's so funny because I was with him. We get together about once a week. I ride a bike and meet up with him at the park, and we go to a park and he turns on his G90 and we'll talk for a little bit. Anyway, he was kind of mentioning about a Tesla, and the next week he says, "Hey, I bought a Tesla." I couldn't believe that he'd bought one, but he seems to be happy.
Well, good for him. Everybody, well, that's not true because there's one person I know that didn't like his, ended up selling it, but I really like mine for what I use it for. I think if I ended up retiring or something like that, I wouldn't need a commuter like that. But it's so quiet, it's so smooth, and I really enjoy driving it. And it's saving me an ton of money with just having the solar panels on my house and being able to charge. I don't know, about 50% of the time for free over at work. It's been really good for me. And the fact that I don't have to go and get oil changes every 4 or 5 weeks because the amount of miles I put on the car really helps out.
Yeah, the price of gas right now, I'm sure it's really saving a ton. I mean, gosh, $5.50, $6 a gallon right now.
I don't even look.
Yeah, I still have to. But, all right, I don't want to hog the frequency. I want to allow you to get to talk to other people, but it's great talking to you, and we'll have to get together. Don and I, we talked about taking his Tesla to Chino Park and do a thing up there because he wants to drive it, get some miles on it, so we'll see what happens.
Come out the 23rd. If Dave doesn't make it, I'm planning at this point still coming out. I'd love to see you guys.
Okay, well, I'll hit him up, and see what happens. And I could still probably do it. Let me see real quick what day of the week that is. Hold on a second. 23rd is a Thursday, right? So, yeah, should be okay. We'll see what happens, okay? But I'd love to.
Yeah, try to give it a shot. I got it in the date book. It's pretty much, I'm just looking ahead. Other than April, that's not true. I have a couple days off in there. I just been this time of year is super busy, so it's kind of rough. But I appreciate the contact, Keith, and looking forward to seeing you again.
Okay, just look. Actually, I can't make it the 23rd. I have a medical procedure. I won't get into it on the radio, but so I can't go. Sorry about that, but we'll have to do it another time. All right, 732 is great talking to you, Greg, as always. W6MKS will be clear.
Yeah, and the main reason why you can't get into it is we're not on 80 meters.
Very true. 7-3, great talking to you.
7-3.
Hey, Ted, great contact with you earlier today. Whiskey Mike
7 Charlie, you there? Whiskey Mike 7 Charlie, got a copy.
Hello, KG7PO uniform. Nice to see you in there.
Scott, you there? Scott, WM7C. I heard you in there for a moment.
I'll be near you soon. You won't even know it.
All right. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf calling CQ 40 meters from Chino, California. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf calling CQ 40 meters from Chino, California.
It was nice to hear Josh on 40 meters earlier. Right?
Kilo 7 Charlie Papa X-ray.
Kilo 7 Papa Charlie X-ray, is that correct?
Kilo 7 Charlie Papa X-ray.
And I totally dyslexic that. Billy, I'm going to give you a 5.9 because you're above my noise. Good to hear you again.
You too, Greg. Yeah, you're hitting me right at 5'9". Very topical tonight.
I got a lot more noise than normal tonight for some reason, but yeah. But good to hear you again, man. How are things going up there?
Been beautiful up here. We're set for a significant cool down and some snow Tuesday night into Wednesday.
Snow? We don't got no time for no snow up there. It's going to be April soon.
That's a fact. We've had 80s up until today. It started to cool down a little bit.
So we go from fall to summer to winter to summer back to fall to winter again. I don't know what's going on with this.
Well, up here we just say welcome to Alaska County.
It's pretty wild. It's been a wild winter. I know a lot of the snowpack has gone down.
Oh, absolutely. We were losing about 6 inches a day for the last couple of weeks. We had one real good snowstorm right around a month ago, and that was it.
Yeah, we had like a week's worth of rain right around New Year's. In fact, I think it rained on New Year's, if I'm right. We got and that's was enough rain to last 3 or 4 months because we're still above average here, believe it or not.
Well, good. I'm glad somebody is. I know, like I said, we had one storm down here in the valley. We got maybe 8 to 12 inches, and that was it. That's the only snow we've had all winter.
That's wild, man. But I appreciate the contact. I think you log. I have you in the logbook there, and it looks like you do. I have to upload it there. It looks like the last person you logged was me from December.
Yeah, almost the exact same frequency.
Isn't that wild? Well, I appreciate you logging me there.
Hey, no worries. Good talking to you again, Greg. Looking forward to the next time.
Cool deal. You too, Billy. You take care. It's 7-3. I'm going to see if I can get a couple more out there before I have to get going here.
Awesome. Good luck. 7-3. K6 Echo Golf Golf. K7 Charlie Papa Extra.
7-3. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 40 meters.
I had to rush that because I was going to burp.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 40 meters from Chino, California, about 40 miles east of this place, downtown Los Angeles. Once again, this is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 40 meters from Chino, California.
I know I'm getting out because he was coming in great. I know I'm making it in Long Beach because Keith was coming in great too.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 20 meters from Chino, CQ 40 meters, 40 meters from Chino, California.
Shit. Grant,
can always count on you. You and Joe. I'm gonna give you a 5-1 just because I got an S ton of noise and the S doesn't stand for signal. I think you said 5-5, and I appreciate you jumping on 40 meters here. I think you're kind of muffling out there. It's hard to understand you, but I got you in there, and I appreciate the log in there.
Yeah.
band is going away. I think I'm going to try to go to 80 meters. So if anybody else is out there, give me a call back. If not, I'm going to QSY to 80 meters. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 40 meters from Chino, California.
Hey, thanks for...
this is Whiskey 6 Delta Charlie Golf. You got me?
Thanks for watching there.
Whiskey 6 Delta Charlie Golf. You're 5'9" down here in Southern California.
Yeah, you as well up here in San Francisco. What's your call again?
It's Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf.
Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf. Thank you. Yeah. Well, yeah, the band's definitely going away, but thanks for the call.
Are you in San Francisco proper or outside of it?
Outside of San Francisco proper. I just say San Francisco. That's what most people get.
You're starting to dive in my noise floor. I guess the band's slipping away. I think I'm gonna move to 80 meters.
Okay, we'll try it too. All right, 73. Have a good night.
7-3 there, Dan, Daniel, whatever you go by. And I'm also live streaming on YouTube with a link in my QRZ profile. I'm gonna QSY to 80 meters.
All right, good night.
7-3. Was there somebody else there? All right, QSY.
Where do I go to make contacts? Holy shit, that's loud. Sorry. Yeah, isn't that wild, Keith, how that happens? Where do I go to make contacts on 80 meters? I don't do that very often. I need to go way up here, though, I think.
Battery and off grid. So,
Watch what happens when I go and tune my radio. All right, so let's go to AM. Come on. Back to lower sideband. Oh, this guy's coming in pretty decent.
But let me throw it over to you, Hayden. 7-3 speeder, and we'll...
Hey, Keith, do you want to try 80 meters?
WB6EGG, we're Hayden.
I see some other people here, too. We could talk about medical stuff, Keith. Blood pressure and medications we're on.
We've never organized ours, and honestly, we don't really listen to DVDs or CDs anymore.
Who does?
We just kind of watch YouTube and Netflix and
3978. 3978. Check.
Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf.
Thank you guys for letting me know. I'm just running 100 watts. I don't have any amplifiers here at the ham shack here. I actually have diverticulitis or whatever it's called. I'm on 3978. Come and get me.
This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 80 meters from Chino, California. This is Kilo 6 Echo Golf Golf calling CQ 80 meters from Chino, California.
I'm not really hearing much activity here. Up here. So I was hearing some voices down here.
No, that supposedly was a judo.
The North Korean dictator. You know, everybody accused him of being a and
A lot of rag chew on 80 meters. I don't venture on 80 meters too often. Oops.
No, actually, he just likes basketball. He just likes it. That's it.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. So, anyway.
I switched back to LG. It doesn't, like, I kind of have to dial it in a little bit. Like, what? So I'm using the external tuner on 80 meters. I don't think this will tune up. Let's give it a shot. I don't think it will tune up. Check. No. Check. No, it won't tune up. Radio won't tune itself on 80 meters. I have to use the external tuner.
7388 up there to you and Lois. Swing it up, Steve.
K8MRD, I think, tried that. The cable tells you are using external. I'm not using a cable. I never hooked that up. The control cable? I've always just used went to the external stuff to do that. Come on, man. I'm too cheap to do that.
All right. I'm out of here, too. 7380H Will, or 73 Will, 7380H Keith Lois, W6SLZ QRT. Good night, all.
Yes. I like that. I like that he tries that stuff. I know I'm below. Say some.
So, yeah, Super Taqueria is like hardcore, pretty, you know, closest you can get to probably Mexican burritos and stuff like that. Portas here in the Bay Area, but there's some more hardcore Mexican restaurants.
It did not come with a cable, no.
If Taqueria was, then you would know that, you know, Chipotle's kind of like, you know, kind of like an interloper in Mexican food. They're not really. It's kind of a California mix.
So more of a cookie cutter than it is handmade.
Yeah. It's fast food by another name. I mean, it's okay. It's good. I picked up a bunch of 3/4-inch plywood to build a highway to get the.
I haven't heard any medical talk yet. I'm just scrolling around to hear medical talk, and I haven't heard any yet. I'm actually impressed by that, because the last time I did that, the first thing I went to, there was somebody talking about getting a colonoscopy or something.
It was for me. I put 2 towers up, actually. Put 3.
They're talking about antennas and burritos. I'm going to go back to 40. It's just as much noise here.
No, I for the past, let's see, what year is this? For the past 20 years, I have been, more like 40.
Wideband boys. I think the band has gone to I think the band has gone to doo-doo. Keith, I don't know if you logged, dude, but I got you in the logbook, man. Not that many contacts tonight. Somebody on 3. Was it in their nose or somewhere else? That's the question. I'm actually going to go to 30 meter FT8 because I need some 30 meter FT8 for my fake awards. Right? Who needs fake awards? I don't know why they call toothbrushes toothbrushes. They should call them teeth brushes. All right, Keith. You take care, man. Nice to see you in there. And nice chatting with you, of course. I forgot to mention, when I was in Florida, the gas was under $3. It's like $2.80 something in Orlando. Back on 80 meters, folks. Exciting stuff tonight. Looks like the Dodgers won. Very happy with that. Anybody new once again? Jump in the chat. Tell us how you found us. And if you're afraid to chat in the chat, just don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. I won't charge anything, I promise. What's up, Todd? Nice to see you in there. Welcome aboard tonight. Doing a little live stream on FT8. I was probably on 40 meters. A lot of people come across me on FT8. Man, the rough night for making contacts here. What's up, Ed? Nice to see you in there. I see you across a lot of different live streams. I have so much noise on 80. I've only tried 160 meters a handful of times. I've done some FT8 work on 160 meters, but man, it is rough. It is not fun. All right. First off, welcome to being a technician and the hobby. We are looking at FT8. This is a digital mode, which you can do actually on 10 meters on HF. This is HF right here on 30 meters. I send a couple signals out with my call sign signal reports, and they reply with the same. And it's through the computer, which I have to program for. That sucks. I did, yes. It was very rough. And I probably wouldn't have done it without the help of you guys on YouTube. I'm really bad at explaining stuff. I'm good at storytelling, though. Looks like the Northeast is getting nailed with some weather right now. Anybody, the map on the side. So this is actually where people are hearing me from. I'm located in Southern California right now, and I have a wire out in the backyard up about 30 feet in the air, 72 feet long, and it's transmitting HF into the IO atmosphere, and hitting these lovely states here. And looks like I'm making it into Canada there too. Looks like Fairbanks. And oh wow, making it into Europe. Wow, we got a lot of people, a lot of new people out there. New technicians, that's good. Did you get your radios yet? This is Grid Tracker, yes. Grid Tracker's on the right, WSJTX, which actually interfaces with my radio right here, is a separate program, and they're linked together when you're running them at the same time. And I don't know exactly how they do that. Someone would have to explain that a little better, and I'm not really good at this. A lot of people had to yell at me to tell me how to make this thing work. Well, welcome aboard. How did you get in the hobby? Oh, making a contact finally. And he looks like and from Alabama, KR4DED. Man, he's in the sticks there. Right on the border of Mississippi. Well, I think I lost him. He's at minus 19. Not a good signal. Let me ask you, do you like this? Do you like the Flex more than the 7610? Well, it took me 20 something years to get my general, and I didn't start studying for a while. Yes, it is absolutely 100% worth getting on the radio and getting on 10 meters. When I was a technician, I made contact in Europe with maybe 4 or 5 different countries, and I got to admit, I wasn't really that experienced, and I had a really bad setup at the time before all this YouTube stuff. I was very happy with that. I would definitely invest in getting some sort of antenna that will get you on 10 meters. There is plenty of space for you to make contacts on 10 meters. In fact, that's where most of the traffic is in the tech band. I've been seeing that every night. And it comes up at, I think at 6 p.m. my time. Absolutely. What's your call sign? That's the digital sound that you hear from FT8. I don't want to kill your guys' ears there. You know what? I'm going to flip to odd. See if I hear anybody else out there. What's going on? Good evening. You're up late. Almost midnight back over there. See, we got another technician in here. Nothing wrong with that. We had 2 technicians in there. This is a fresh technician. And I believe Owen's studying for her general. I do like the 4 at the same time. Same 4 different. Yeah. The only thing I think I would like about the Flex is the fact that I can go wide. They are. KD3 CHV. Welcome aboard. We also have a Discord. I don't know if you have Discord channel. If you scroll up, I'm gonna have to pin it. We do get a lot of activity on 10 meters. Let me tell you. Like VHF Plus. And 6 meters is going to be alive soon. Why is my I froze something up with my chat. Shoot. Hold on, my chat's frozen. Dan, nice to see you in there. I could see you on one chat, not the other. I tried to pin a message and it froze my chat up. Now let me see if I can pin the message. There we go. Message is pinned for Discord. And hopefully my chat will start again. I have to restart it on the other computer. All right. Frustrating. I'm getting tired too. I gotta get caught up here. You can buy some of the Chinese radios for fairly cheap. I would suggest buying used and not really spending a lot of money until you know what you really want. And then you can just sell it when you don't want it. And I saw Owen in there too. John's in there. Where is all these chats? My chat keeps freezing up. I took my time between, yeah. I apologize for the not being able to read all the chats here because it keeps scrolling every time I hit something. So I have to figure out what's going on with that. SS vertical is 10, 12, a quarter way. And you know what? Once you get on 10 meters, you're going to want to get your HF privileges opened up a little bit more with a general class license there. All right. I think I'm caught up. Yeah. I would definitely go used. And I wouldn't mess with FT8 on... I had it disconnected. I could turn... Are you in there? I could turn it back on if you're in there. I think it's on.
It is on.
I'm having some weird stuff going on my computer. And now I can't get rid... Yeah, my chat's screwed up. Like every time I click the chat to put it on, now you can't see Sonobus. It scrolls and goes crazy.
Yeah, Sonobus says it's not even connected on the screen.
I think I know what's wrong with that. All right. I can't get caught up with this. Okay. Every time I select something, my chat goes crazy. There's a couple people in here that are technicians.
Yeah,
I saw Owen.
I've been here your whole stream.
You've been here the whole stream? I know.
Yeah, I was just making some breakfast.
Breakfast. That's awesome. Those folks were talking about doing some CW because they can get on CW even though they're a tech. They can get on some different bands.
Yeah, I always thought that's kind of weird. I mean, it's not super weird, but
20
people
watts.
that will I mean, if you're interested in CW, that's cool. But there are some people that will learn CW, but not be like super interested in it, just because it gives them more HF bands as a tech. But I would think it's easier to become a general than it is to learn CW. Well, let me rephrase. It's easier to upgrade a general than to learn Morse code. I have been purposely making the distinction between CW and Morse code lately. Most people use them interchangeably, but they're definitely not.
All right. Hold on a second here. Sorry, you're going to see two of this. Come on. What is going on here? Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My chat is just, it's a mess right now.
Yeah, that'll happen. Maybe you have a virus.
I don't know.
Been attacked by the internet jamming.
Well, and then the Nightbot or the pin message down at the bottom. Like I'll click on the thing and it'll just, I don't know if you guys saw it scroll.
You've got a Nightbot jammer.
I got a Nightbot jammer. So I can't read, like every time I'm trying to read these things and catch up. So get back to the technician thing. And he was talking about going, asking the wattage, 20 watts. You can talk to the world on that if conditions are correct.
Oh, talking about getting a G90?
Yeah.
You know what? I think something that people overlook with the G90 is if you buy a different radio and decide to sell it, you might lose, depending on the radio, more money than you paid in total for a G90. So if you were to just get a G90, not like it, and sell it, you'll probably get most of it back. But I think let's say you get a $1,500 radio, and you sell it used for $1,100. That's the same as buying a G90 for $400 and smashing it on the ground and getting nothing back. You've lost the same amount of money. I have a G90. I don't use it a lot. I also actually don't have any HF set up right now, so I guess that checks out.
And you got another year left over there, right?
Yeah, 18 months. Ugh. Oh, wait, no. 14 months?
Ugh.
Yeah, I was thinking about setting up like a small, like super compromised antenna on the balcony, because I'm rapidly approaching my goal with satellite, and I think maybe I need to add a side quest of also getting DXCC on HF for my 10-foot by 3-foot balcony and QRP.
That would be cool.
My new policy of paying for QSL is going to make that a little more difficult.
Are you saying no to paying for confirmed
After
contacts?
Bouvet, I'm seriously going to question any D-Expedition before I give them any money.
That was topic of discussion earlier.
The fact that I paid $15 and they still haven't uploaded and apparently will not upload for another month is ridiculous. Like $15 in itself is the most I've ever heard for a D-Expedition. I paid for it on March 17th, and they're not going to upload till the end of April for people who did the OQRS. Like, what? Why? Is it just to try and convince people to pay more to get it earlier? And the whole thing with the leader of that expedition kicking off one of the guys who donated or funded a huge portion of it, like, I don't know. Maybe
that's why I don't want to
survive off of the free uploads later.
That's exactly why I don't want to get involved with any money in this thing, because money is just it creates problems.
Yeah.
And I'm not down with that. I don't want to like this say I monetize. Well, I have you folks on. Do I have to pay you guys? Right? I mean, you guys are I don't want to deal with it. And
I generally don't think that, like I've been a guest on other people's monetized channels. I don't think guests would ever, I don't know of any that would pay the guest. That'd be, I mean, it's so little amount of money anyway. Like, I know over time,
it's just, I don't like that whole, I get it. And they want to, that's their deal, but I just don't want to be a part of that. Yeah. As far as Sam, I have not, all I know is okay right now. He hasn't told me what's going on. And even if he told me what's going on privately, I probably wouldn't say it unless he wants to put it out. He'll put it out. But I did text him a couple days ago, and that's just about it. So Sam is in the hospital for some unknown reason, but hopefully he'll be okay and he'll be back on the stream here. I haven't really talked. The last time I actually physically talked to him was in middle of February when I was at the campcation. And for the person, spacing on your name, I think you said it. You can do both. You can study for your general, and you can play with 10 meters, and that will probably get your hunger for getting on HF even more.
Maybe I'm a weirdo, but I like VHF and above way more than HF. And it seems like 99% of ham radio people think that ham radio begins with HF. Like that's where it really starts. And for me, it really starts in the tech bands. Like, I don't want to say that the tech bands are wasted on technicians, but I think most of the cool stuff that's happening is in the tech bands. Like microwave, satellites, EME, like all of EME happens in the tech bands.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I mean, obviously,
I wasn't trying to.
I know what you're saying.
Disagree with you. I think it's kind of a thing where HF is the easiest way to do something like long distance. And I don't want to say HF is easy, but HF I think is kind of easy. Until you start getting into some things like targeting.
I think the ease of it is a relativity in how structured you are on how some of the stuff works. Because I know some people that don't understand how HF works and that are technicians and would like to understand, but they just can't figure it out because it's a concept they can't grasp. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily easy. It might be easy for us, but they can usually stick to something they can gather a little bit easier. You just plug a radio in and hit a repeater and talk to people.
Yeah, but on the same aspect, I mean, an HF, you can buy an end-fed half wave, throw it in a tree, and make loads of contacts, especially like on digital, where there's a good like fishing hole. HF gets harder when you're trying to do like specific like DXing, like if you're trying to work like Bouvet, where you have to figure out, maybe not even then, because they're transmitting 24/7, so you can just listen long enough and hear them. But setting up like antennas to make specific like purpose-made contacts is a lot harder than just like when I would do POTA and stuff. Like when I was in Wisconsin, I literally threw the antenna in a tree and just started calling CQ. And it was like, 150 contacts in an hour. Cool.
And to Rick's point here, and I agree with him too, because I that's how I got into it with CB. They, start cutting their teeth when they're younger and they prefer HF. I don't necessarily prefer HF. I really like FT8.
Yeah, I like FT8.
I don't mind paying for it. I would never pay for it. See, that's something a little different. I understand that.
Yeah, I have not minded paying $5 for a QSL card.
That's something a little bit different. I agree.
But once it's $15 and they don't even upload to Logbook of the World for 6 weeks, like, get out of town.
Yeah, we got to follow the park rules with that. I think that's in the POTA guidelines, if I recall. I don't know if you guys remember Keith in here from about an hour ago, half hour ago, whatever it was. I think he had some trouble with one of the parks he went to about putting up an antenna. They questioned him about some ruling of stuff with that.
One of the struggles with some of that stuff is you can get in trouble for things that aren't against the rules. Like when it comes down to it, even if a park ranger's wrong, they're still right. I mean, heck, I got arrested and it took 6 weeks for me to get cleared. Although I'm not necessarily in a free place.
Yeah, I mean, you're in a different situation.
But I mean, you could potentially be in a park like there. I've heard of places where people got hassled for putting a wire in a tree or a stake in the ground. It's a state park that's also a campground, and it's like the people in tents have stakes in the ground and ropes around trees. Like, what is a little antenna gonna do? But you know, if a park ranger tells you to stop, you got to stop.
When I did my first POTA at Chino Hills, I asked the ranger some questions. I don't remember exactly what I asked them. I asked them about, putting up an antenna, whatever. They basically said, just don't damage anything.
Yeah, that's a
pretty.
That's a good way to do it.
Basic.
Don't break anything.
Yeah, don't damage anything. Like throw it up in a tree and rip off a couple, 2 or 3, whatever. I get it. But just be respectful for your surroundings. Like, don't interrupt people when they're trying to barbecue.
Oh man, they will click their tongs at you.
I had my chicken hat on when I did my POTA earlier today.
Yeah.
Yep. The ranger told me I don't know. The couple parks that I went to. Other than when I've done Butterfield, and I don't know if you guys remember, I had the cops roll up on me a couple times. I have not had any issues. I've had a lot of people. Actually, I don't know if John's still in there. I think it was at Red Rock. We had like a ton of people coming up to us and asking us questions. Like, what are you doing? And they're like, well, how are you on the internet? There's no cell phone service. And I pointed to my satellite dish, the Starlink, and they're like, oh, wow. Holy moly.
Yeah, I love Starlink.
Sweet. They should have came by. It would have been good for live streaming.
Greg, I am going to text message you a photo. Well, a screenshot.
A photo. Am I allowed to present it on the live stream?
Sure.
I have to pull down the FT8 to do that.
If I can find it.
And Red Rock, to this day, was my favorite place to do a POTA. And John can attest, because the second I got there, and even when we were talking on 2 meters driving up, it was an amazing day. The rain had just passed. There was light clouds. It was cool and warm at the same time. Perfect temperature, light breeze. The clouds silhouetting against the mountains there with the different colors. Beautiful. Oh, absolutely loved it. I did watch the launch from Vandenberg. I could not see it with my own eyes because it was too bright. Let me know when that text went across, I think.
Oh, I sent it to you.
Are you on Starlink right now? What are we looking at here?
That is a speed test from a Starlink Mini while out on the open ocean.
My God. That's just amazing.
Yeah. And like before that, running, I won't say what data speeds were, but let's say orders of magnitude different than that. But yeah, that's running Starlink out on the open ocean, getting nearly 300 megs on a Starlink Mini.
That's wild. I heard that they're going to upgrade they're going to make it almost more symmetrical. Is that the proper word?
Yeah.
You mean like
I'll believe faster upload speeds?
Yeah, I'll believe that when I see it.
I think it'll be difficult on the Mini. Maybe the Gen 3 and the high performance with the higher power draw. But running 20 watts on, 20, 25 watts on the Mini, getting that speed.
If I can get a solid like 25 to 30, because right now it ranges between 5 and like to say 15, like average.
Oh yeah, you're in a really congested area.
Yeah,
aren't you?
if I can get a solid 25, I can send you guys, you folks, I should say. What's up, K6EGG? I can send you guys 1080p video, which I really want to do because I think the color looks better. But sorry, go ahead.
I like looking at how, like, there's some cool documentaries on how the system all works, like actual, like, the modulation techniques,
with the
and stuff like that.
The crossed, and this is not a good demonstration where it's the off axis, whatever, sent into the antennas.
Yeah, the phased array.
That's it.
And like the way that they modulate the signal, because they're using like QAM, which is like, I think, quadrature amplitude modulation. They can actually with one of the modulation techniques, they can send 256 bits per cycle of the wave.
That's like some spread spectrum on steroids. Pretty crazy.
Yeah. And then like the laser links, like they have almost minimal impact. Like out in the middle of the ocean, having internet is ridiculous.
So the way that works, correct me if I'm wrong, you got the boat on the water and you upload to the satellite or download from the satellite, and you're over, let's say 4,000 miles of water, which could be possible if you're like in the Indian Ocean or something. I'm just naming an ocean that has a lot of space. And there's no gateway nearby, so it connects to another satellite flying by that has range of a gateway, and it connects to that laser, and then it connects down to the gateway with that. Is that how that works?
Yeah.
That's just amazing.
Because traditional like geosynchronous birds, your Earth station. I'm trying to use generic terms instead of the terms I normally use, because we use weird terms.
For us uneducated folks, uneducated.
No, there's terms that I would use that other people doing the exact same thing, but in a different, like you use satellite stuff in probably a lot of the same similar ways, but we have different terms.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So like, I'll call it an Earth station, like the place on Earth that you're communicating, like your signal's coming down to. You've got to be in the same footprint. So like the satellite you're on has to be able to see both stations. With Starlink, it doesn't. You can be on, the Earth station could be 4,000 miles away.
To your point, I've done broadcasts from Hawaii, and if we have to do a we call it downlink station. It's somewhere in New York, or there's a big master control in the Atlanta area. And if they don't have the footprint of the geo, whatever satellite, we have to find a satellite that we could see out in Hawaii, which a lot of satellites, they don't point that way because it's basically in the wasted water, or it's only 250,000 people there. So, there's not that much stuff out there. So there's a couple high power satellites that spot beam into the Hawaiian Islands, I guess you can call it, and that we can also reach with a lot of power, because those are mainly to the east. I think they have to push like 500 watts to hit those things that are way out there, because they're geosynchronous, and I don't know, 43. I don't remember the exact coordinates, but they're basically over the East Coast, so they're harder to get to from way across the Pacific there. So I totally understand what you're saying there.
Yeah, the spot beam stuff is pretty cool too. How you can shape beams to give you direct more power into a certain area.
Yeah, DirecTV was the first satellite operator to use that in a wide scale to deliver the local channels to I think 20 different markets the first time they did it.
What do they use? They use like SES birds?
I don't know.
Or do they actually have, they may have their own.
They kind of, I wouldn't say they developed it, but the company they hired that did their satellites did it for them, because they didn't really have a need for it. But it actually saved a bunch of space, because now you can have, 20 different spot beams, whatever. I believe that's how Verisat works for their internet.
Okay.
For their geo, whatever Delta and Southwest Airline uses for their satellite internet service on their planes. It's basically a bunch of little spot beams everywhere.
Yeah, they'll have a bunch of spot beams going over the path that the planes fly.
Just in general.
The a good for
KA, does that sound right? KA band spot beam?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit above the K band. So you got KU, K, KA, and it goes, KU is under the K band. If anyone's like a super satellite nerd, check out the website called SatBeams. It'll actually show you coverage of the different transponder and spot beams.
Sat beams?
Yeah.
They used to have a website called Logisat that was like this. And so I want to get this straight. So when the Starlinks essentially communicate with each other via laser, that's basically like having fiber optics in space. Would that be a good comparison?
I mean, yeah, it's
Or
using laser
bandwidth-wise?
light, and I mean, fiber is light. The interesting thing is lasers going through space is actually faster than light going through the glass. So depending on where the fiber path is, you could actually have reduced latency by going through space than you would via an undersea cable.
That's wild.
I don't remember what the speed of light difference is, but like in ham radio, we talk about velocity factor. It's the exact same thing. There's a velocity factor to fiber. Let's see what it is.
So we're looking at 110. I think that's all of our stuff, right?
Yeah, so fiber has a velocity factor of about 0.66 or 0.67. So if you're going through a laser through space, you're potentially 50% faster or 50% reduced latency, because you're 33 percentage points higher.
That is wild.
Yeah.
So is HF faster than fiber?
Well, it's got to be, just by the factor of all of those not telecom, but the stock trading companies want to use HF to go from like New York to New Jersey because it would reduce latency. The if anyone remembers, a couple of years ago, the financial sectors were trying to buy out ham radio frequencies, and thankfully, I don't know if it was the FCC, but basically they got stopped.
Ed, real quick to answer your question, I'm using auxiliary outs on this particular console. They're called stereo Qs, and they're stereo Qs. So I send the left channel to the 7610 and the right channel, or channel 2 basically of it, to the 9700. That would suck if they stole those frequencies from us.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't.
Yet. Money talks. And I'm sure there's not as much money in ham radio as there is the telecom business. And I'm not saying that as a bad thing, but as a factual thing.
Yeah. And it's one of the big reasons why encryption is not allowed. I think there's a misunderstanding about why encryption is or isn't allowed. One of the best reasons for preventing encryption is it makes it, if communication's encrypted, it makes it very hard to tell who's using it for commercial and who's not. Because if you could encrypt ham radio, what would stop a $1 trillion valuated business from saying, yeah, we're going to use HF communications and just pay the fine? Because it turns out when things are regulatory, if the fine is less than the amount of money you make from doing something, you just pay the fine.
There's a lot of folks that do that. A lot of companies do that.
Yeah, it's like, we'll make $1 million, but it's going to cost us $100,000 in fines. It's like, all right, do it, pay the fine, profit $900,000.
I don't even think you can encrypt a telephone line, right? Like a personal, like a POTS line.
I don't know about POTS lines. You can definitely.
Cell phones are encrypted, but
for VoIP, I don't know if it's legal or not. It's got to be. I mean, it's super easy to do, but you can encrypt VoIP super easy.
Ooh.
Yeah. I guess you don't even have to really encrypt it. You just put it on a VPN based network and it's automatically encrypted.
I guess there's a lot of power outages in California right now. Orange County and parts of LA.
Was there a fire?
No, it knocked NBC off the air though.
What?
Yep.
They don't have like big backups?
It was at Dodger Stadium. I'm assuming they're on generators, so I'm surprised that they got knocked off. I guess there's some video online. You wouldn't be around on Sunday night, would you, my time?
No, that'd be Monday morning here.
Yeah.
I'll be at work.
I need to get out of here. I want to say goodnight to Haley, and I got a super duper long 2 days ahead of me. So I'm going to hit the button. Thanks everybody for watching. And sorry about the chat earlier. I lost a bunch of chats in there. Sense of holy people know POTS lines. Andy's in here. Holy moly. Andy's awake.
Oh, it's like 4 a.m. there, isn't it?
It is. So that's where Seth's at right now. Seth's over in Europe right now for another couple more days.
Oh, nice. For vacation?
For work. All right.
Ooh.
I'm going to get out of here. Stay here if you can. I'm going to hit the button. Thanks, everybody. I'll be back on Sunday night. Enjoy the Weather Channel.